Hello, my name is Jordan, and welcome to Jordan's Soapbox, the show that talks about anything that I want to talk about. So, this is not the third episode of Jordan's Soapbox that I was expecting to make, as I had scripted an episode of why Super Mario 3D All-Stars was not that great. But now that needs to be temporarily put on hold because something happened that's insane. Bethesda is now being bought by Microsoft. You heard that correctly. I couldn't believe it when I read it this morning. I thought it was like an April Fool's joke or something like that. But it's true. Well, more accurately, Microsoft is buying the parent company ZeniMax Media for $7.5 billion. But anyway, it's still Microsoft buying Bethesda. And yeah, it's a lot of money, but considering Microsoft now owns, among other things, franchises like Fallout, Doom, and The Elder Scrolls, I would say it's well worth the money they spent acquiring it. But that being said, what are the implications of such a deal? Well, in terms of the upcoming console war between Sony, with their PlayStation 5, and Microsoft, with their upcoming Xbox Series S and X, this is a huge coup for the latter. It's hard to know right now what exactly this deal means for the video game industry and you, but I have a few thoughts and ideas. In terms of console exclusives, Microsoft can now have Bethesda work on exclusive titles for the Xbox. It doesn't mean that this will happen immediately. An article from the website Bloomberg states that previously established time exclusivity deals for Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo for the PS5 are going to be honored, according to the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer. As for future titles on consoles other than the PC and Xbox, he stated in the same article that, quote, "we'll take other consoles on a case-by-case basis." I can't imagine that franchises like The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, or Doom would be exclusive to the Xbox anytime soon. It just doesn't make financial sense. But some other titles might be, such as Dishonored or Prey. And that is something Microsoft needs, as it's no secret they in recent years have struggled with first-party exclusives for their consoles. That to me is why Microsoft has been buying up studios like nobody's business, such as Ninja Theory and Obsidian. Which the latter is especially hilarious considering they were the ones who made Fallout New Vegas and now Microsoft owns them both. I am sure there will be some awkward conversations. Regardless, Microsoft now has access to several high-quality studios to make exclusives for the Xbox when it makes sense. But that might take a bit, so something needs to be done in the short term. Enter Xbox Game Pass. For those who don't know, Xbox Game Pass is a subscription service for the PC and Xbox that charges a monthly fee in exchange for access to a ton of titles. It's almost like Netflix, and I adore it because it allows me to play games I likely never would have played, like Yakuza 0. Xbox Game Pass will be home to Bethesda titles on both the PC and Xbox, with future releases also being available on Game Pass. That is a huge deal, as it adds more value to a service that already has a ton of value for folks. For crying out loud, EA Access was recently announced to be included on the service. With other factors such as the likely increase in the cost of titles and Xbox Series S only being $300, it has the potential to increase the amount of subscriptions to the service by a whole hecking lot. Xbox Game Pass is Microsoft's best weapon it has right now against Sony. But even with this, I don't think they can or should rely on it forever. But considering the fact that exclusives for the Xbox might not come for a little while, a move like this buys time and increases the value of your service. Finally, this one I am skeptical over, but wanted to mention anyway. There is the potential for creative stimulation. Microsoft owning Bethesda might give them the shot in the arm they need to create super excellent and creative titles. Because we all know we'd like to avoid another Fallout 76. I paid $60 for that game. Anyway, those are my takes on the Bethesda-Microsoft deal. Like I said, there's no real way to know for certain whether this deal will work or not work. I hope that Microsoft will treat Bethesda well and recognize the talent and creativity of these men and women who work at these various studios. I do wish everyone involved the best of luck, and we'll be curious to see what happens next. Anyway, that's about it for this episode of Jordan's Soapbox. My name is Jordan, and thank you very much for watching. До свидания!